Welcome back, and today I'm going to make a video that's a little different. I've seen it done in other genres on YouTube. I thought it'd be fun today to do a tier list for RV towables. Now I'm just doing towables because if you start comparing motorized and you have to compare transmission and engines and the two just aren't compatible. And I'm not doing any truck campers. Today is just towables, and I can only do so many brands. If I didn't mention your brand, tell me where you think it fits down below. And this is for fun. Some of you are going to get upset, but this is for fun. Calm down. I'm sorry if I put your camper in the wrong place. But what we have here is we have God tier. That means you have to be very top to be God tier. Good quality. These are RVs that are really good. They're excellent. They're better than average. Would buy. They're maybe not of the same quality, but it's one I would consider buying. It needs work. That means I wouldn't buy it right now, but it has some good things about it. And then total crap or stay away. So that's where I'm ranking them. We're going to go through them one by one, see where I put them in my tier list, and then see what you think. The next week, I plan on coming out with a video that's a little more serious, where I rank all the different kind of brands of things that people get for your RV, whether you really need it, whether you ought to get it right away, or whether I'd pass. I think that'll be a little bit more useful. But this one, it's just for fun. All right, now let's get started here right away. And the very first one I am going to pick is Grand Design. Very, very popular RV. I remember when RV YouTube channels first started coming up, it was one that you saw a lot of influencers, if you will, out there on them. Really loved their design. I think they really came out strong. Everybody loved them. I just think they need work right now. They've had some problems with their frames, and quite frankly, I think a lot of that's been overblown, and I think that they've done a lot for it, but their managing of that and handling of it wasn't that good. I know people who have Grand Design that took them in and quite frankly got the runaround, and because of that, great looking RVs, love them. I think they need some work, so I'm putting them in the need some work. Now, I'm going to go completely to different route from Grand Design. And while I'm doing this, might as well tell you, some of these RV manufacturers, you got the big Thors and the Forest River and all that. I'm trying to stay away from the overarching company, but some of them also brand their RVs that way. So I'm trying to go with what would actually be on the side of the RV, not the mothership, but on the side of the RV. There's some overlap though, which makes it a little hard. Next, I'm going to go with Winnebago. Now, Winnebago is one of these that owns other RV industries and all. But when I'm thinking of Winnebago, I'm really, to be honest, what's going to make this one a would buy is the Micro Mini Winnebago line. I think that is a terrific line of RVs. I had one. It was solid as it could be. There's just something really fun about that line. And I think because of that, I'm putting the Winnebago, branded Winnebago RVs in would buy. Now, this one may be one that not a lot of you are aware of unless you follow the tabs, the little small RVs. And I got to tell you, this is the RV New Camp. I've had a chance to see them at shows. I've been on campouts with New Camp people. I've walked through people's New Camps. I've talked to the people over at New Camp, and it is from quality of RV to how they treat their customer service, God tier. This is God tier. Only thing wrong with New Camp is they only make certain size. If they made bigger RVs and fifth wheels, I'd have a New Camp. New Camp is a God tier. Now, coming right after that, there's another brand that you've probably seen if you've been to Camping World or anywhere like that, and that is Coleman. Coleman brand RVs. And I'm going to put that down in the stay away. Stay away from the Coleman RVs. So I just, quite frankly, I know they get that price point down. They make them really attractive, but almost everyone I know has regretted it. They felt like they threw their money away. They've been better off just spending a little more on a better RV or waiting or pitching a tent, because those things are crap. And if you have one and you feel differently, tell me down there. All right, next up is maybe going to be a little controversial. This is the East to West. East to West, I think, has done some really good things. I've been in some of their RVs that I really like, but I think they have some quality issues. I also think that they're too much trying to copy other people's designs instead of doing their own things and putting their own spin on it. And because of that, because they lack complete originality and there's some quality issues, I am going to put east to west, if I can find them on here, are east to west in the needs work category. I think east to west needs work. Then we go right to Jayco. All right. Now Jayco, once again, this is one of those that has lots of different things in it. I'm talking about Jayco on the side. Now I've had a Jayco many years ago, quality RV. I've been in some fifth wheels of theirs that are really up there, top of the line. I do think there's a lot of differences between which Jayco you walk in, some inconsistencies, but I still think they're good. I would put that in the would buy category. Next up is Alliance fifth wheels. Man, Alliance came out hard. They really looked good when they came out, and they did some great stuff. I think some of their customer service has not been that great from what I've seen. If you watch Travels with Delaney, he's talked about some service issue he's had, but he likes them enough that I think he's on his third one. I have some other friends, you've probably seen them on this channel, that have Alliances. They're good RVs. I think when you get their full size, they're as good as they come. I've been in Patrick and Patty's RV, and it is super nice. I love the layout. Matter of fact, their layout is like my layout, but it solves a couple problems that I have here in this Brinkley, in that they've moved their island a little away so you can get a clear view of the television. Which literally, if this island and this RV was moved just a few inches, it would be great. Also, like some of the stuff they do, like the storage behind the TV. The quality of the RV itself seems really good. Some service issues, I'm going to put them in the good quality. Good quality. All right. Now we're moving on, and I am next up to Luxe. Now, Luxe is outside of anything I'm ever going to buy. These are these custom fifth wheels. They are top of the line. And in the area of fifth wheels, they're the only one I think will reach up there to God tier. They're it. I think they're the only ones up there. So God tier for Luxe. If you haven't been in one, go look at one. Black Series. Really like the concept of these. These are these small RVs. They have a lot to them. They're made to go off-road. They make me think of those RVs that they use down in Australia. They look rough and tumble, but when I've been in them and actually looked, they're not quite as robust as they seem to claim. And for the price they're charging, great RVs, but for the price they're charging, they should be better. They, at that size and that price, there should be no faults. Not in the layout, not in the trim, and not in anything. And that's just not the case. Great RVs, quite frankly, not for what you get for the price. So I'm going to stick them in needs work. Okay, that brings me over to Oliver. Oliver is another one of these specialty campers. I got to tell you, they're really good. They're really nice. They treat you great. It used to be a direct sell. I think now they have a dealer network. But I'm going to take Oliver. I'm just going to put it in the good quality. I think it's kind of like New Camp. It's probably just below New Camp, but it's not quite in the God tier. And while I'm at that, I'm going to see if we have a Casita. I'm going to put them right there too, next to Oliver. And I don't remember if I have Scampy in here or not. If I do, I'll put it right there too. I think those, though their big fault is they don't come in larger sizes. I think those are all top quality rigs. So that's where I put them. Let's move over to Salem. Personally, and this is just from the ones I've seen, I'm going to say stay away from Salem. I'm going to say Rockwood, solid unit, probably would buy one. Now, I have Keystone RV Company on here. Keystone makes a lot of different stuff. But when I'm thinking about the Cougars and stuff like that, I think those are some good RVs. But as I walked through one the other day and was noticing just the finishing and trims and stuff, I'm going to put that in needs work. They just need some work. I mean, they're for what you're paying. If you were paying a little less, I'd say fine. But for what you're paying, I think they need a little bit of work. Dutchman. I'm actually going to put Dutchman. People are going to be mad at me about this one, but just from what I've seen, on the stay away, and I am going to put Coachman in the needs work as well. And Heartland also, in my opinion, needs some quality control work, so I'm putting them there as well. That leaves Brinkley. I'm in a Brinkley. Makes me a little biased. I do think that Brinkley has some issues with customer service. They're really nice when you call them. They try their best. I just think they have some execution issues. I think the quality of the rigs are really good. I think they've missed on some design aspects. I've told you that. So I'm going to move Brinkley. It is not God tier. It is good quality. I would put it a little bit above Alliance, or when you factor in the prices and all that, I think it's a little bit above Alliance, but I don't think it meets that God tier. So I'm going to put it in good quality. Sitting here editing this video, and I realized that there were a lot of brands I put into this tier list maker that for some reason are not in there. And it turns out it can only accept so many. So when I downloaded them into there, it just deleted a bunch of them. There's two brands I just want to comment on because I thought they were interesting. One is Lance. I had a Lance, love Lance. I think their quality had really dropped under the Rev group. They've recently left the Rev group. They're definitely in a buy for me, but I kind of want to see how they're going to do with their service now they're outside the Rev group, because their service really was good and fell down under the Rev group. So great campers. I'd probably put them in buy, but a little suspect. So either need work to buy. The other one is Airstream. Airstream, we've been in them, we've loved them, we've toured them. I think they do have a lot of compromises in their size. It seems like they're having a lot of different troubles with their subfloors and rivets popping out and all the same issues everybody else does. But you pay so much for what you get that it should, quite frankly, not have some of those issues. Now, there's more Airstreams on the road longer than any other RV, and that says a lot. And the people that have them are committed to them. They're like cult followings, and I love Airstream. I think they're iconic, but quite frankly, I think they need some work. I think that they have been living off their brand name for too long, that they had a great name, deserved a great name, and then just got kind of used to it and really not putting any, I mean, I haven't seen the advancements and I've seen a decline. That's just my impression. If you disagree with me, let me know below. Now, those are my scientific ratings of these brands. I know there's more brands. There's a ton of them. Would love to hear who I should have had on this list and what I got wrong, what I got right, and what you believe. Remember, this was just for fun, and hopefully you took it that way. I didn't offend anyone or anything else. And I'll be looking at these brands. We'll see how they do through the year of 2026 and see if some of these move. I'll try to add some other brands in here. But stay tuned as I rank RV products. That's going to be more serious and more thought put into it and be a legitimate tier list that I'm hoping you could look at and say, I've seen this on all the influencers page. Is it really worth buying or is it not? And I'll give you a great example right now. Level Mate Pro. Everybody loves the Level Mate Pro. I'm going to tell you why you probably ought to put it on your not buy list. We'll talk about that on the next video. Thanks.